Welcome back, guys, and welcome to another episode of Vampires. So, let's go to that shadow cabinet. Oh, the Escalon Club. Let me first. They are becoming powerful than. Okay, so which one should I be using? Okay, so for our homes appears to be quite big as well.
I remember Sunday walks in the park.
Sir, what a terrible tragedy.
Good evening, Avery.
Mr. Jonathan, I can't believe my...
I know, Avery. I know.
I'm so sorry. It was my duty to watch...
It's all right, Avery.
The police said her body was found near your sister.
What is the situation?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic.
Have you no relatives anywhere?
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews.
I'm sorry I could not be here.
Your mother was strong, sir, but your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the priest and I, no...
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish.
I would not dare to question your absence, Mr. Jonathan. All I can say is that we missed you a great deal during...
How was life in this?
It was sad, sir. Miss Mary moved here in July after she lost...
How was my mother?
Miss Reid was very frail. After Miss Mary was found dead, your mother started talking to herself. She said...
How was Mary?
Miss Mary went out looking for you every night after you had written to say that you were coming back. She was sure you were alive. She'll never...
What are the arrangements?
There will be no funeral, sir.
Where is her body?
I'm afraid your mother's body was moved to a mass grave.
Tell me the truth, Avery. Do you feel forced to stay here? Would you leave this house without the arrangement?
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go. And I promised your father I'd take care of his family.
This house is dead, Avery.
If only you could have been here sooner or more often. Maybe this house would not be that empty. But you're here now, sir.
You have served this family extremely well, Avery.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die before the end of the epidemic. No mass...
I found an old letter written by my father and addressed to me. Do you know anything about it, Avery?
Your father wanted me to give you this letter for your 35th birthday, but you left for the war, and the letter remained in his office.
I realize now you knew my father better than I did. Do you know why he left, Avery? Did he ever speak to you about his departure?
No, sir. Mr. Reid was not exactly forthcoming. Perhaps this letter will give you the information.
Do you really?
Yes, just like your father. You always had this capacity to focus only on what interests you. It surely helped you become a great doctor.
Thank you, Avery.
Your bedroom is ready.
The Ascalon Club. The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
So peaceful.
Good evening, sir. Please...
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude.
Well, I must admit, it's good to receive a...
Welcome, Dr. Reid. Welcome.
How is this...
Life...
Are you not...
Oh, I'm...
You cannot expect the...
Well, that's news then.
Okay.
Is it not a little...
On the contrary, it is the perfect...
But what about...
Skip the
Please, sir.
conversation.
So you...
Oh,
What can you...
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city.
Finding a good restaurant?
Oh, I have many pet...
I must confess, I have quite specific take.
Really? Well, I'm always...
Do you have any...
Not since my parents died.
Really?
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometime.
London?
I used that name in my early years when
I may have a look.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently? Remember, don't let
Good evening, sir.
Come on, Johnny.
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you?
I almost didn't recognize you either. War.
When did you...
You know what's funny? I almost never think about...
I know what you mean.
Of course.
What is this?
I saw terrible things.
How is your...
We've spent so much time away from each other. And so...
But you're alive. You returned in one piece.
Believe me, it's not quite that simple.
Is everything all right at...
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the villain.
You need some...
Women!
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't...
Wait, no. What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reid. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop...
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a...
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent... What do you think about this part?
I was raised here and
Yes.
a small world, is it not?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashby.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that.
Is there something that...
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even
if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the...
I suppose you're right. But society must reform.
What are you doing?
You mean, what do I do outside it?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for...
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in...
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte.
Really? Oh. Now I...
How are the locals reacting?
People here can't wait for a...
Explosives of...
She is my best friend.
Have you any reason to be worried?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well...
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite...
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone.
Tell me about you.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real...
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my...
How did you meet?
First, I was an orphan in the institution.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Econ, Doctor.
What exactly...
Your name and profession, obviously.
Does it not scare you?
Why should it?
Perhaps it's wise for a mortal never to
That may be true for a naive girl, but I have the best...
Your mother is not like...
I believe she thinks...
Do you know...
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiled.
Do you ever regret that...
Of course not.
Goodbye.
She's been quite...
Okay, so we are finally here.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reid. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reid.
There has been quite a battle here. I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reid.
Okay, a lot of bloodshed.
I cannot enter.
Good evening. We repel the intruders for now.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reid. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Here, here, here!
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss.
And some more conversations.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reid.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
Yes, she is. I may even say I admire her probity and her kindness. She has helped me since I was reborn.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is immortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why have you asked me here?
Because the crisis is escalating. Our enemies, the Garda Priwen, have even launched an open hunt. The only way to calm things down is to put an end to the epidemic.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End. Is that it?
Straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reid, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reid. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I
Please ask.
What does it mean?
It means that you swear to protect the interest.
Do you have any official recognition from the government?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains.
Am I supposed to follow?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members. And I do appreciate the...
What is the...
We follow the credo of William Marshall.
What does
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George.
William Marshall?
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all Skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
I agreed.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reid, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall, speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation. Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
That went well.
You have the makings of a
I was, though very long ago. Well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why?
Straight to the point again.
I'm listening, my...
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Do you know...
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of...
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
You were spying on me?
Not personally. I rarely leave this building.
Who what?
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly...
No, he was a Volcod. All muscle.
You do know.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards...
Of course not. Your victory...
Yes,
I would be glad to hear more of your...
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has...
I have met peaceful and wise Skulls. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Skulls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like...
By all means necessary, Dr. Reid. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club, and you have carte blanche.
Lord Redgrave
Interrogate the locals.
all he wants, but I won't put a foot outside until the Prewen end their hunt.
Alright guys, let's end this episode over here and see you next time.